All praises and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Ha'arakakodash, double honors to our apostle elders, which rule great millstone, wow, and shalom to the elect, wow, ba. So just to show that, you got to know the history to know the mystery. All right, the Lord had priests in the ancient world, right? It says in 1 Chronicles 16, verse 4, and he appointed certain of the Levites, talking about King David, he appointed certain of the Levites to minister before the ark of Yahweh and to record and to thank and praise Yahweh, the power of Israel. All right. Now we're in the last days, and the Lord has set up, instead of priests, prophets. All right. It says in 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 9, but ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and a holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him who had called you out of darkness into his marvelous light. Yahweh Shai being that light, he that called us is Yahweh. He gave us his word, and we find Yahweh Shai, that light, in the volume of his word. Once again, you got to know the history to know the mystery, right? And we're not doing animal sacrifices. We're actually making our lives a sacrifice. The Lord made it this way. Romans 12, verse 1, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh through his Son Yahweh Shai, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, which is your reasonable service. All right? Now, I Googled the difference between a priest and prophet, right? The meaning. It says a priest is one who offers sacrifice, which that was in the ancient world, and now we're offering spiritual sacrifice on behalf of others and or himself, which once again, you had priests in the past, but then in this time you have prophets, all right? Because we have a high priest, which is Yahweh Shai, and he was that ultimate sacrifice. And go into that word priest, the interlinear, right? It says, also like it has Levites, which let me get the word priest. All right, priests. We have the high priest, Melchizedek, king of Salem. Okay? It says in Genesis 14 and 18, and Melchizedek, the king of peace, king of Salem, brought forth bread and wine, and he was the priest of the Most High. Right? So even when you have priests in the world, right? When the Lord set up the priests, starting with Moses' lineage, right? Exodus 28 and 4, it says, and these are the garments which they shall make, a breastplate and an ephod and a robe and a broidered coat, a mitre and a girdle, and they shall make holy garments for Aaron thy brother and his sons, which were Levites, that he may minister unto me in the priest's office. When you go into that word priest, all right, it deals with the priests that were in the ancient world of that line of Aaron, of Moses, right? Kahan, right? Kahan, or Kahana, right? But it tells you of the priests. It says to act as a priest minister, which that's what we're doing today. We're ministering. To minister as a priest. See? So that's what we're doing. We're ministering as priests, but we're not making animal sacrifices. The sacrifice we're making is our life. Right? We're laying down our lives so that we could find our lives in Yahweh Shai. And really, it's by the Holy Spirit, all right? Because the priesthood that we want is not the one under the Levites, but under Melchizedek, the King of Peace, which was Yahweh Shai, all right? Salakia. All right, so I found the one. It's the same word, but, Esau, he tries to deceive. But Leviticus, which is the law of the priesthood, chapter 1, verse 7, and the sons of Aaron, the priests, shall put fire upon the altar and lay the wood in order upon the fire. Now, when you go into this word priest, right, it's again kahan, which would be kahana, which is priest, which would be favor. Hannah is the same name in which it means favor. Kahana, all right, or kanan. And it says priest, principal officer, or chief ruler. And then as you see the definition of the alpha definition, priest king Melchizedek, which is the Messiah. See? So we're under this, all right? The Levitical priests made animal sacrifice, but now we are the priests under Melchizedek, under the Messiah. And we're going to receive those new bodies when Yahushua returns, all right? So just to make the point, you got to know the history to know the mystery. Because what we're doing today is the same thing they did back then, but in a different spirit. It was in flesh, now we're in spirit. All right? Ecclesiastes 1 verse 9. The thing that has been, it is. That which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done. And there is no new thing under the sun, which, if you understand the history, then you're able to understand the mystery. All right, even the building of the temple was a prophecy of the kingdom of heaven dealing with the Israelite men and the setup. Do you understand? The most holy of holies, right? The outer courts, all this was prophecy of what was to come in the future. All right, and how we were to conduct ourselves. All right, like the hopeful elect are in the most holy of holies. And then that's why even it says in it says in this chapter, Ecclesiastes 5, not that chapter, but same book, Ecclesiastes 5, verse 1. Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of Yahweh, and be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools, for they consider not that they do evil. See? So when you come up to the Lord's house, which is when he has his men preaching, he's in the midst of them, and you come up and you say foolish shit, you're being marked for death. All right? It says, be not rash with thy mouth, and let not thine heart be hasty to utter anything before Yahweh. For Yahweh is in heaven, and thou upon earth. Therefore let thy words be few. See? Every man a liar, but the Lord be true. And that's why we're reciting his word. Right? When you go to Psalm 50, we're speaking in his word, and this is why he hears us. It's not that we came up with such, words by our own selves. We're just men. But he put his word inside of us. Let me see. Right here. Psalm 50 and 14. Offer unto Yahweh thanksgiving and pay thy vows unto the Most High, which we get the word, right? Which is Yahweh Shai. So you got to go through Yahweh Shai to get to Yahweh. And call upon me in the day of trouble. But if you're not using the word, which is Yahweh Shai, then he will not hear you, because Yahweh Shai is the mediator to our power. I will deliver thee, and thou shalt glorify me. Now, when you go into him, right, thou shalt call upon me. It's qua ra. It says to call out, recite. Recite what? What are we calling out? What are we reading? Right? We're reading the scriptures, but Yahushua is the word. Revelation 19 and 11. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness he doth judge and make war. Verse 13. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the Word of Yahweh, which we're telling the heathen and even these reprobate Israelites their judgment according to the word of Yahweh, which Yahushua is that word. Once again, you got to know the history to know the mystery. You got to eat the whole roll. 2nd Ezra 15, actually. 2nd Ezra 15 and 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people, the Israelites, the words of prophecy, which once again, the scriptures are prophetic. Even in the Old Testament, there's prophecy still needing to be fulfilled, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, which also there's history to know the mystery, and cause them to be written in paper, which we have the Bible, for they are faithful and true, because they speak of Yahushua. He comes in the volume of the book. And you got to go through Yahushua to get to Yahweh, the power. Shalom to the elect, wa abba.